Hi everyone. So I want to share an important message with everyone about when does the divine masculine awaken or how does the divine masculine awaken. And this is a divinely channeled message. So I hope that it will resonate with many of you listening in, and I immediately felt like I had to record this and share this with everyone. So the way your awakening started when your twin flame ghosted you or blocked you. What happened was, at the time when everything was going well, suddenly out of nowhere your twin stopped talking to you or blocked you or went out of your life, or you saw them be interested in other people. It could also be that intuitively in your heart you felt that something has shifted, maybe a few days before separation. In hindsight, when you look back, you can notice that a few days prior to the separation, what would have happened is that you would have felt that they are pulling away or something is off. Many would experience physical symptoms in their body, prior to separation as well. Many would experience that they have pain or they have some sense of a discomfort, maybe lack of sleep, or just a changed behavior of the divine masculine can be very, very triggering for the divine feminine to make sense of. But the point is that, you when you reach that stage where finally the communication is cut off, you go through a very, very dark night of the soul. It varies from person to person, and you slowly start to understand what this journey is about, especially why you can't stop thinking about this person, and so on and so forth, right? So, when you do this, this is your awakening. And in some sense, when your divine masculine has left you, physically, by stopping all communication, by blocking you or removing you, this has triggered your awakening. In separation, you really awaken. But the whole thing is that, till you are in this separation, many times, for many, it varies from person to person, but you can spend a long time still in that phase of not accepting the journey, or you can be in a lot of doubt, about twin flames as a concept, or even whether this is your twin or not. Or you can be in a stage of blaming your twin flame for very, very long. Or you can completely avoid doing the inner healing work, whatever is coming up for you, you can just close your eyes to it and you don't want to go deeper. And, it really just varies from person to person. But largely, this is why so many twin flames, they speak of this, that you should do your inner healing work, that you should accept your journey, that you should be connected to God, and you should meditate, and you should allow the ego death to happen. You should allow things to fall apart. You should see the higher wisdom in it, because people have gone through this and they know that everything that is being you pended from your life is actually a good thing. It's good to lose things that are not meant for you, that were not anyway deeply aligned with who you are. So and it's very important to shift out of blaming your twin flame. If you can shift your consciousness from blaming your twin for everything and seeing them as you, this really, really, really quickens the journey like anything. And there is a separate podcast that I have made on this, on the stages of the journey and how to quicken this process and all of that. So wherein I go deeper into this and how you can avoid these mistakes. But a point comes, where you have done significant healing, especially for your lower three chakras, maybe, your sense of security, and a lot of your karmic impressions in the sacral chakra, a lot of the energy in stuck in your solar plexus, where you've not owned your power, where you've not come to, your full strength. All of those impressions, when you start to release them, when you start to sort of get out of them, and it's very natural for you to, when major impressions are released from your lower three chakras, and your heart has also started to awaken more and more, and it's very natural for you to be focused on yourself, because if you do a lot of healing work, it's very natural to understand that the entire center of the universe is you, that you have the capability to heal yourself, that it's not anybody else's job. People can only help you and assist you in this healing work, and your twin is doing the greatest service by mirroring these wounds back to you. When you start to understand that connection, a perspective shift happens where now your energy is just around you. You're no longer stalking your twin flame. You wake up and you don't even think of your twin. You're waking up and you're just, like whatever is, happening in the sleep, because sleep is such an interesting time for twin flames. So many things happen, experiences happen, dreams happen, telepathy happens, and powerful, awakening things can happen, spirit guides, messages can reach you. So sleep is a very interesting thing. But when you wake up in the morning, at this point of time, when you have significantly done your healing and you've understood that you were the one who was supposed to heal yourself, and you have the power to heal yourself and create the life you want to create, and you feel very guided by your guides and by your higher self, by the divine in general, it's so natural for you to not think of your twin flame, because all this while you were thinking, this is the person who is my savior. He or she is supposed to make me feel loved. Before my twin flame came into my life, I had nothing going on for me anyway. I had no love for myself, and nothing was as interesting, nobody was as attractive, there was no chemistry with anybody. But now that my twin came in, and suddenly life became livelier, and suddenly there are stars in the sky and all of that. And now when they left, I am just bereaved, and I'm crying, and I'm blaming, and I'm very, very sad and upset. You shift out of that through deep healing. You start understanding that this was never about your twin flame, and this was always about you, always about your power and your fullness in your strength, and how you were always a complete life. Like there was no powerlessness in which you had to exist. That was just a choice that you made because of the state of unawakening, that you were in. So in this state, you don't focus on your twin flame. You don't think of your twin flame. The mere thought of stalking your twin flame will make you feel bad, will make you feel agitated, and will make you feel deeply, deeply uncomfortable, and you would not want to stalk them. Even if you are friends with them on social media, you have access to what they're up to, you would not want to stalk them at all. Weeks may pass and you would not even think of stalking them. You just know that's a very low vibrational thing for you to do, that you don't want to do this. What will you get out of stalking your twin? It's never a pleasant experience. It doesn't lead to anything. You will just automatically see this, Another thing will be that the day will pass and you will not bother. You will not be thinking of your twin. You will have things to do of your own. You will focus on your health. You will focus on, what's going on with you. You will focus on more of your healing. More triggers are happening. More areas of your life. Whether you're doing something to help other people, or you're, just doing something for yourself, your creative expression. You will be more aligned with all of that. You would literally not care about anything else. It would not be, of any use to you to think about your twin flame. You will stop watching tarot readings which are unnecessary. You will unsubscribe from tarot channels that you've been hooked on for years. It will just happen naturally. And whenever some message has to reach you through a reading, through a channeling, through a tarot, your guides will just show it to you in a profound way, and you will know, okay, this is a video that I need to see, and it has messages for me. I just know it in my heart. And this will be very occasional. It will maybe happen once in a few days. Or the messages also will be less about your divine masculine, what they are thinking, and more about, where you are at in your journey. It will be something to deepen your understanding. And yes, even if it will have the component of what your divine masculine is going through, it will not bother you. Even if the components, about your divine masculine are like, oh, he's thinking of you, he's awake at night and he's wondering about what you're up to, he's trying to contact you, he's missing you. You're like, okay, I already know all of that, because telepathically you would anyway be receiving this information from your divine masculine, So you will know it, but you will not fuss over it. You will not be in that obsessive stage. You will be like, fine, it's happening, so it's happening. Telepathically, when you receive messages from your twin, you'll just receive them and you'll, just be happy, but you will not indulge in long telepathic conversations for hours, which you used to do earlier. Because you would just be like interested in your own life, There will be areas of your life that need your attention. that is where your attention will go. You know you have to progress on your healing journey. Maybe more wounds have come up for you to look at. Now you know you have to find a way out of them. And many things will align. Many old, another old, layer of you will shed at this point of time. So when you shed, that layer of the old, which means that you shed, your relationship with your parents, the way you used to see it, that layer, your friendships, your work, your disempowered, opinion of yourself that I can only do this much, an unconscious way of playing too small in life. So when you start to shed all of this, what happens is that you automatically shed your divine masculine's 3D self as well. Because the way you have imagined them to be so far is just the impression that you received of them from your previous interactions with your divine masculine. Knowing that, okay, they were egotistical, or they were arrogant, or they were emotionally unavailable, or this way or that way. Now that you're not really concerned about it, and you're like, I anyway I know I am the one who's doing everything for myself. It really makes no difference to me. What my divine masculine does or says or whatever it is. That old version of them that you have held on to, that you still see on their social media, that you remember to be this way or that way, that thing will also completely shed. And this is why you will no longer relate, and you will no longer be interested in that stalking and in that wondering about what they're up to, because you have leveled up, in some sense you've shed the old. So it's very important to know that this is when, now that you have completely started focusing on your life, and you're not concerned about thinking of them or stalking them or wondering about them or when will they come and all of that, that is all shed out of your system. This is when the divine masculine will miss your energy and will sense that there is a shift that has happened. When in all of these years they may not have sensed that shift, because from the first day you started talking to them, with many of you would have thought about them a lot, right? Even in your bubble love phase, you would have enjoyed, the thought process that you had about your twin, fantasizing about them and all of that. But now you're not doing any of that. Now everything is just about you. So this is the stage, when a very interesting thing will happen, that your twin will find it very new, that no longer is this energy coming from your end to theirs. And this is an energetic connection. It's not just that energy that you feel with your twin, you feel it with everyone. You telepathically can connect with literally people that that you have a deep connection with, even soulmates and other people in your life. It's because we are all one. So even if you're trying to chase another person down, they know that your energy is chasey without you even having said anything to them about it, right? And when you are in your power, they understand that your energy is in, some kind of a power, and they are okay to approach you. You can always feel the powerlessness or the powerfulness of another person. Even if they are random people, random people that you're just walking down the road, you can sense your power equation with them. But we don't want to talk about this, and this is not a space where, we think of this and we start thinking of, it's natural if we are not, aligned with our heart to become exploitative in this state. This is why spiritual tools and spirituality, like it's very important to always have compassion, even when you are evolving and when you're growing. Arrogance and such things have to be kept at bay. So just largely speaking, now they will start to sense that they are not receiving your energy, that they are not really, they feel like they have a huge loss, that they have a void in their life, like what has really happened. And then they can start thinking of you after a long time. They will become comfortable with thinking of you. So the feelings that they had suppressed all this while for you will come up, and they will be in a place of deep regret. They may have regretted it off and on as well, but this is the time when they will live in that regret all the time, and they will start to feel really bad about what they did and all of that. And they will think that it's been a very long time, and that this situation can't be redeemed. Many divine masculines can think like that. And you don't have to contact them at this time. Even if you receive these telepathic messages from them, it doesn't mean that now you make the move. No. Otherwise, you're going back to the same cycle anyway. You're just saying that, what, I'm going to do everything here. I don't have any self-respect. And in any case, when you are awakened, you don't even need me to say this to you. You will automatically know that it is not up to you, and you are just in a state of openness and allowing to see what happens next. You're just like, let me see, I'm anyway focused on my healing. I know there are still some things that I have to work on, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to just go with the flow of life. And your deeper interest is also to align with the divine, to align with the divine truth. Your powers will be unlocked on many dimensions. You will start experiencing very many extra sensory things around you, and they will be of more interest to you than thinking of a divine masculine and whether or not communication will happen. You will stop waiting for that text message or that phone call. It will be the last thing on your mind. It will absolutely be the last thing on your mind. So this is where the divine masculine will awaken. So now you see, what can you do here? You can't make their awakening happen by messaging them, by telling them anything, by telling them that you're on this journey that will make them run away, because even if they know that this is a very special bond, they still want to experiment and see if this really is the case. That is just the nature of the divine masculine. The masculine nature is logical and experimental. The feminine nature is intuitive. So they will just go down that route. What can you do about it? Nothing. So basically, the only thing you have to do is focus on yourself, is to do your healing work. Your healing work is very, very, very empowering for you. You do some healing work for a few months, maybe do it for 3 to 4 months consistently. If you can maintain it almost every day, I'm telling you, you will start to see a shift in your vibration. You will understand more, because it's the way the wounds are very cumulative. Healing is very cumulative as well in its impact. What you healed yesterday, it releases a layer, then another layer, then another layer. Finally, you have few layers only left, It's very freeing, and it shifts your perspective like anything, and it shifts the focus back to you. So this is all that, you can really, really do. And your guides are helping you. There is so much help available online. You can contact me for a one-on-one session. You can work with me if you want to, even, for many sessions. And I can really help you go deeper into that healing and take your journey to the next level, wherever it is. I would also like to tell you that on the 17th of December, which is a Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, I will be hosting an inner child workshop on Zoom, and this will be a very deep workshop to take you deeper into healing the wounds of your inner child, and as well as understanding and healing your relationship with your parents. So this will be a very, very powerful workshop. It will be very unique, and we'll have many, many components to it. This is why the time duration will be a little more than 2 hours is what I foresee it to be. It will be interactive. It will have elements of deep meditation, as well as it will be practice based. So after the workshop, you will also be empowered with some tools which you can utilize to continue to work with your inner child as and when is necessary for you individually. And you will also receive a very powerful 7 chakra subliminal track to heal your inner child. Why 7 chakras? Because the inner child wound, the wounds basically impact all 7 chakras. Although mainly it's the sacral chakra where the emotions are stored, which are not expressed, that the inner child really helps you to release. But the inner child wounding also impacts the solar plexus. It impacts, your root chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, all 7 chakras basically. So this is what, I will be keeping in mind while creating this track. It will be infused with very powerful theta waves as well as solfeggio frequencies, so that the affirmations go deeper, and you can just play it when you sleep. And if you listen to this, you will start to see how the deeper impressions that are still trapped, that are still keeping you in separation, will come up to be healed. We must know that, your twin flame journey is incomplete without healing. Like, we know that we have to heal on this journey. We know we have to do the inner work, and inner child work is very, very important. So this will be a very positive step in that direction. The cost for this I have already posted on the community page, but it is INR 4,300 for those of you who are paying in Indian currency. And the equivalent of that is, USD 57 and Euro 52 and GBP 45 if you're paying through Wise. If you're paying only through PayPal, then it's going to be slightly higher to sort of factor in the extra cost of, PayPal conversions and the PayPal fee. So, if you have been, like stuck in separation for a long time and you don't know what to do, or you really want to understand how to start working with your inner child, also, if you want to know what wounds your divine masculine really, really is triggering, because this will give you a very deep insight and will give you an opportunity to heal those wounds as well. So, this will definitely, I'm very certain, will cause a shift in your journey to happen, okay? So do email me. My email address is imacompletelife@gmail.com to register a spot for this workshop. It's on the 17th of December, and have a beautiful, wonderful day. Individually, if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can write to me. My email address is imacompletelife@gmail.com, the same one that I just shared. And in these sessions also we go deeper into healing your subconscious wounds and understanding, your journey deeply, and learning how to sort of accentuate the pace of, your awakening and your ascension. So these are the one-on-one sessions. If you've already worked with me before and you would like to continue working with me, or you're interested, in working with me for a continuous period of time, then do write to me about that. I do offer discounted packages. If you're going to be booking multiple calls, I would be very happy to offer you a discounted price. So yeah, that's all, guys. Have a beautiful day. Take care.